I'm Alec Robbins. These are my friends Lexi Langale and Heather Capps. Together, we're going to go through every single Mario game, one by one, and sort them all into a single chronological timeline, no matter how little sense it makes, because Nintendo won't do it for us. This is Mariology. Okay, we've got 2 more categories before we're done with this entire thing.
Okay.
So let's see what's next. We bring it out, Lakitu? Lakitu? We haven't discussed how to pronounce Lakitu. Oh, thanks. All right, come on.
Lakitu, it's like some...
I think it might be
Lakitu.
Lakitu. Just going off like Japanese phonetics, but I don't know. Non-Mario games. So these are games that aren't. I know. It's not just like Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just Red Dead.
Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah. Here's Detroit Become Human. No, it's games that they're games that aren't Mario games but have Mario in them or have a very strong relationship to Mario games.
Okay.
That don't count as spin-offs. So, for example, we'll start with Diddy Kong Racing.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So Diddy Kong Racing is a spin-off of a spin-off as far as Mario is concerned. And this doesn't feature any Mario characters. In fact, it's competing with a Mario game, Mario Kart 64. But what's interesting here is this opens up quite a bit, because Diddy has been in games with Mario. That includes like the Super Sluggers games, like all these sports games, Diddy's in them. So like, this game also has Banjo from Banjo-Kazooie.
Mm-hmm.
It also has Conker from Conker's Bad Fur Day. 2 Rareware games that have since very like solidly split from the Nintendo realm.
Yeah.
But here they are, just 1 degree of separation from Mario at this point. And that's going to open us up to a few more games in this category. But Diddy Kong Racing, I feel like it definitely is on this timeline.
Yeah.
I feel like it might even be way before Mario Kart. Like maybe Mario Kart was copying this.
Right. It's a chicken egg before the egg.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that it did copy it.
Do you think it could go like... Well, so remember the breakup we talked about? Where Diddy broke up with Dixie?
Right.
Dixie's not in this game.
So it's still breakup.
It should be like right after 3, or right after Donkey Kong 64, but before Tropical Freeze.
Right.
Maybe this is the breakup, and he goes off on his own to like deal with it.
Yeah. And then he afterwards he meets back up with his,
right.
or maybe he meets with his family and then goes off with his friends.
This game, I think
Yeah,
that makes
I like
sense.
that.
Yeah. Okay. So
This game has a story too. He's racing around an island with his friend. The island belongs to a tiger named Timber, and they're fighting Whiz-Pig.
And there's also Tip Top the turtle.
That's true.
And Tiny the
Tipsy the mouse. Tipsy the mouse.
Yeah.
Rooster, Drumstick the rooster. What else? We got a bunch. Let's bring that box down before we start listing off Diddy Kong Racing characters.
There's also I think that's it.
There's actually a Kremling in that game named Crusha. You can bring it down. It's okay. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, one of the Kremlings from the Donkey Kong Country games is like in it, but I think he's spying on Diddy by...
Okay, well this is Diddy Kong Racing DS, so I'm thinking...
Cool, I'm glad we get to talk about that right away. While we're still on this subject, this is another remake. This was ported over to the DS years later, but it was ported over after Rareware split from Nintendo. Microsoft bought Rareware, which means they own the rights to Banjo-Kazooie, so no Banjo, and they own the rights to Conker, so no Conker. And they replaced those characters with Dixie and Tiny.
Oh, so this is after Tropical
So this
Freeze
is like...
Right.
But yeah, it's like the same adventure, and it's almost like... It's almost weird to have the same story twice, but I kind of feel like it did happen twice, like something similar.
Yeah, maybe he wanted to do it again, but with Dixie.
Right. I mean, they're still fighting Whiz-Pig. Maybe just try to take over the island again, and this time Conker and Banjo are gone. And
Right. Well, it's also probably like when your friends break up and then you can't hang out with that friend anymore, so then this person's like sneaking off to hang out with the breakup group.
So this is like where he... Maybe it's right around here when he's like getting back into adventuring and he met up with Dixie again. Or maybe it's after Donkey Kong Country Returns because Dixie shows up after this adventure.
Oh,
Yeah, switch it.
yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
And that's what gets, like,
And-
that's where, like, they
yeah.
have the talk of, like, you know, you and Donkey Kong were really good for each other.
This is also where Tiny gets aged up, where she's no longer a kid. It was a weird choice.
Right.
All right.
Great. Piranha
Let's,
Plenty.
Let's see what we got over here. Thank you. Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Hey, I like this one because it's naughty.
This is
Yeah.
a naughty
This
game.
is a naughty game.
Not,
Don't tell your mom about this
not
one.
a game by Naughty Dog, but a naughty game. Yeah, it came in. I had to get it out.
Fine.
I have no clue where to put this. It kind of feels like
It's got to come before Diddy Kong, no?
I think, well, so when Diddy Kong Racing happens, Conker still seems like relatively calm, relatively sweet.
Right.
In fact, like outside of the realm of the story here, like Rareware was developing a Conker game, and it was just a cute Banjo-Kazooie type game. And only later in development did they switch gears and make it like this darker, like raunchier game. And so I kind of think this is like Conker after he's been racing for a little while, so it's like some point after this.
Oh, I get you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, maybe right after Diddy Kong. Oh no, but he's not in Diddy Kong Racing DS. You said
That's true.
he's not
So
in
maybe
that.
it's
So maybe
like
it's
happening
like,
at the same time.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe they're both at once.
We'll just put it like right here.
He's like,
maybe,
screw
yeah.
you, nerds. I'm gonna go
This is
find my
why.
hot squirrel girlfriend.
Yeah, that's why he didn't. This is why he didn't get invited back to Diddy Kong Racing.
Yeah, they were
Oh,
like,
I like
your
that.
image.
Yeah.
Us.
Cool. All
Yeah.
right, bring that box down.
Major PR problem with Conker.
Yeah, you can't have him on your team after that.
No.
He fought a poo monster. Remember that?
Yeah, I
Ooh.
do.
Zelda.
Okay.
Which Zelda?
This is the Legend
This
of
is
Zelda.
Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Oh.
And there's a very small reason this is even in this list. That is when you are visiting the castle, when you're visiting Hyrule Castle as Link, you can
Right.
peek into the windows, and there are portraits of all the Mario characters in the window. And I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means they've played Mario games and they like them so much they put the pictures of the characters in the Royal Castle, or if they exist in the same realm somehow.
Maybe they saw the movie and they liked it.
Yeah, they're like, it's like fan art
Yeah, it's like
from the movie.
All right, hold on. I mean, no. Like, so first of all, the movie happened in our world. That's not our world. Second of all,
But no, I'm talking about the N64 movie. The N64
You mean the
movie.
documentary?
The documentary.
oh, Super Mario 64. I see the documentary. I thought you were
Yeah.
talking about the Mario
no,
movie.
sorry.
Oh, that's why you got me all riled up.
Did they have TVs?
Yeah, so Zelda doesn't have TVs.
Or video games?
Yeah, like what are you saying?
I'm saying that like news spread. I'm saying that news got around
To who?
to other worlds.
I don't think.
Like
they-
how did Diddy Kong meet up with Conkers? Do you know what I mean? This is the same kind of conversation that we're having right now.
Well, because Conker's from like the same realm. I don't know. Zelda like might be
See?
like on another continent. Like all that's happening somewhere else.
Right?
But you know, maybe
I kind of don't think. Man, I don't think it is. We have a theory.
Fall of Mushroom Kingdom, like, you know how like sort of the Jesus story works.
This
They
is
get obsessed with painting Mario because of like passed down lore.
so you're
But
saying.
he's still alive.
Well, you're saying Zelda takes place after all of this Mario stuff happened.
Yes.
Like way after.
Way
But how do they
after.
play together in Super Smash?
That's the
time,
overlap.
because of time.
Well, we're gonna get to
That's
Smash
the overlap in
Bros.
time.
It's like Mario as a Christ figure. Yeah.
Mario is Christ.
it's
Right. I know. I get that. I get that part. It's the party. How do they play with each other?
Otherwise, it's gotta be
Mario?
at the very beginning because they don't have TVs or anything as Zelda. How
if
could
it's
they
at
even?
Yeah,
It
But
could
then
be prophetic if it's at the beginning.
Right. They're
Oh,
like,
it could be
I'm
prophetic if it's at
told
the start of
a
the
group
timeline.
of people that would eventually inhabit the world.
right. Unless there was some oracle that told them of these two legendary brothers to save the Mushroom Kingdom. Like it's not going to happen before.
Zelda's full of prophecy.
Yeah, Zelda's full of
No,
prophecy.
that's
They're
a
right.
good point.
Yeah,
It is
so
a
like,
good point.
This time-wise, if we're going purely chronologically in time, a medieval story is going to precede all of this.
Yeah, but so I want to be
But-
clear. Zelda Zelda is about reincarnation. Like, there are multiple Links, multiple Zeldas over the course of centuries in that world. And so, like...
So maybe they played together and they liked it.
No, so... Wait, what?
No, I mean, like, they played games, if you're, like, saying, like...
Who's playing games in Zelda?
I'm saying here, because they're gonna meet each other at some point.
Who?
Link!
Mario?
And Zelda, and Mario. They're all gonna meet.
I mean, Link is in
You're getting ahead of yourself with Smash Bros. Because... All
right.
We'll get to Smash
Then
Bros.
what do you want, like, what do you...
He's in... I don't think Link's in...
Yeah,
in
Mario
later
Kart
games he is. He's in...
And he's in Mario
this,
Kart.
too. He's in DKC too. Let us not forget that.
Yeah,
Who?
we lost Mario...
Link
Yeah.
is at the very end.
A good point. Mario Kart 8 was supposed to be on this board. Hold on, was someone talking?
You said there were different iterations of Link and Zelda, so in the Ocarina one is then you'd have to make a separate timeline of where Ocarina lands.
Right.
Like in that.
The Zelda yeah, I know. We're not touching the Zelda timeline.
You have to, though.
Yeah.
But you have to if you're throwing it in.
Okay, hold on.
I think it's a separate kingdom. They clearly know each other.
Well, hold on.
Right, I agree, yeah.
So everyone's saying Zelda and Link know each other? Or, sorry.
Wait,
He's gotta get invited to the
I don't know
party.
about that.
wait.
How
There's
do we
a
invite
book
him?
in the library in Mario Galaxy
That's true!
about
Everyone said no. Mario. Take it away. Wait, we gotta sort this out. Mario and Link have met.
Yes.
But I'd like to discuss this. I
Because
forgot.
they're in the window.
I printed out Mario Kart 8. I think it got lost, so we didn't put it on the board. But Mario Kart 8 was going to come up for one important reason. Animal Crossing characters are in it.
Right.
Inklings from Splatoon are in it. And Link from Zelda is in it.
Right.
So, like...
Yeah,
Luigi.
in Link to the Past, there are several houses you can go into, and they just have portraits of Mario, like, on their wall.
In Majora's Mask, also, isn't one of the mask salesman's masks like Mario's
Right.
face?
Yeah, one of the masks. So we've got some cross-pollination here that's stressing me out hardcore.
So then no, this is important. Is Ocarina in Time, according to the Zelda timeline, is this one of the first Zelda games?
No, it's actually not.
It's one of the tail ends.
It's in the middle, and it actually... We're gonna talk about the Zelda timeline here really quick.
Like key games, not the little
The
ones.
Zelda timeline, that Ocarina of Time is the split. The Zelda timeline splits 3 ways.
Right.
So there's a timeline when Link beats Ganondorf.
Right.
And stays as an adult in that present time. So when Link beats Ganondorf, he gets sent back in time to when he was a kid. And there's a timeline that stretches out from when they got rid of Link, they sent him back, and it's just the kingdom without Link anymore, but Ganondorf defeated. Then there's the timeline where he gets sent back to being a kid. That's when Majora's Mask happens. Mm-hmm. Then there's the timeline that Nintendo added for some arbitrary reason, the timeline where he fails and dies at Ganondorf. And it's like weird that they even put that in there, because you'd think there's just 2 splits in Ocarina of Time.
Well, do you think that, like, if Rosalina's fucking around with, like, dimensions and stuff,
We're onto something here.
you know what I mean? Like,
at least
that's about time. Like, at least that game is about time and dimension.
I'm more comfortable with this being an interacting dimension than it is being a part of this timeline, because Zelda's so about reincarnation and there's so many things over the centuries that I don't know at what point that loop would stop. I feel like that loop goes on infinitely. There's always a Link, there's always a Zelda. Why all of a sudden after thousands of years of this is there a Mario? So I think there's some like weird interdimensional rift happening that keeps making these things cross paths, and it could stem
What's
from...
the first...
This is the most we fucked with the time stream and dimensions here. He crossed into our world here. Maybe he crossed into Zelda's universe here.
Yeah, Hyrule.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have
It's
any
either
other...
that or it's way later. I don't
if
think
it's way later, like, according to the Zelda timeline, what is, like, one of the earliest key games?
That would be
like
Skyward
before it
Sword.
splits.
Skyward Sword's the first in the timeline, I think. Maybe they've changed that since then. Minish Cap is early on.
Yeah.
I mean, those are more about, like, Skyward Sword is about the beginning of this Zelda reincarnation loop. That's the first time any of those characters, like, start this loop and all get intersected.
I like this. I like them going into a different universe on the time machine, and then between Galaxy and all these other time traveling games, you have other split offs that already happen naturally.
I'm gonna do a post-it that says Mario visits Zelda universe.
That's the best we got right now, man.
That's good.
Yeah, and I bet if they saw Mario coming in a time travel machine, they were like, holy shit, who's this guy?
Yeah, you don't even
and
need
then
to do anything else.
He went into town and he was like, oh yeah, I got all my friends. My brother Luigi, my girlfriend Peach. Well, she's not really my girlfriend. I just like her. There's a dinosaur. I could see like Mario getting drunk and talking to Hyrule people.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
I like it.
Solved.
Great.
There.
Great.
I cracked the case.
Let's check out what's
Alright.
next. These are not going to get any easier. Yep, Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening for the Game Boy.
Okay, so where is
Oh, I
that?
love
So
that
here's
game.
why I
And
included
the-
this. This one has some Mario characters in it. A chain chomp features heavily in this game. There are side-scrolling sections where you jump on Goombas, and there are piranha plants, I think. So like just some Mario enemies are in this game. And I feel like that could just be a result of mucking with this
I was
universe.
gonna say.
Yeah.
Luigi.
In Link's Awakening, there's a quest where you have to deliver a letter to somebody, and inside the letter is a photo of Princess Peach.
So, but that doesn't derail
doesn't-
us.
That doesn't. I mean, it's weird. I feel bad for her, but like,
I think Mario's in an episode of Family Guy.
Yeah, where does Peter Griffin?
yeah, where's Peter Griffin in the
factor
timeline?
into this? No, that
Yeah,
doesn't
that-
change anything. That still goes with that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think, right? Yeah.
I think.
I mean, it just makes sense. He mucked around in that
Yes.
bullshit.
Maybe
you
somebody
know.
was like, man, Mario got drunk and this thing fell out of his pocket, this photo. And I wanted to send it to you.
Right, like
prove-
maybe
Just
while
look at
yeah,
it,
like
like-
Mario dropped that photo of Peach while he was there.
Yeah,
That's it. That's the
Yeah.
explanation. That's so good.
great.
Box, please. Thank you, Brock.
Thank you, Brox. All right. Hey, my other favorite game, Banjo-Kazooie.
All right. Same situation as
Right.
he gets in here through Diddy Kong Racing.
There's Jinjos, there's witches.
I think maybe it's happening during this, and that's why he can't make it. He's busy when they're doing
He's
Diddy Kong
busy
Racing.
saving his sister.
Yep, from Gruntilda.
Tootie.
Yeah.
What did you put it at? Like, would you put it at the same time as Conkers?
I no, because I think Conker's happens and they don't like Conker anymore.
Yeah.
I think this is happening at the same time. It's why Banjo can't make it. He's
Oh,
busy.
I get you.
Yeah.
I follow.
Like
Yeah.
he's unable to attend the second Diddy Kong
That's
Racing.
fair.
Because he was at his house at the beginning of this. I'm sure he had every intention of going.
Right,
Right.
And
he
was
totally meant to
derailed because the witch was ugly and she wanted to be hot. So she kidnapped his sister, put her in the hot making machine, and killed her.
Is there another Final Plan? All right, bring that box
Alright.
down, please.
That's it. No one in the box.
None in the
either.
box?
We
That's
can-
it. We did the
That's
non-Mario
it.
games. Okay.
Wait, that's all the games?
That's all the non-Mario games. There's one more category.
Whoa. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brock.
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 Thank you, Brock. Thank you, Brock.
Thank you, Brock.
Thanks, Brock.
Thank you, Brock.
Thank you, Brock. Thank you, Brock.
Thank you, Brock.
Thank you, Brock.